we're now a few years since the impetus of COVID took place. And it's interesting bringing up that subject with the two of you because I think digitalization was such a key subject during that time. And we had really vast amounts of people in logistics, millions even, who were used to going to work, opening their computer, logging on, checking emails, and now they have to do that and manage things remotely and communicate with teams in a very sophisticated way, in almost an isolated way. So we see the surface level manifestation of that, but I'm curious what happened in the back end to make that actionable and in terms of an actual execution of teams and colleagues engaging with one another with the same effectiveness remote that they used to have in the office.
Chaos, right?
Chaos. Yeah.
Everything that happened.
It was,
COVID, yeah.
I mean, there was definitely a very short period of time. I mean, there was, you had to, IT had to react.
Yep.
And, I think, in some cases, I mean, where we were at the time, I think we were very fortunate because, we had just gotten Teams and 360 and some of these things in and utilized. I think, so our timing couldn't have been better. I think, there would have been even more chaos. I mean, had we a couple of months prior, I mean, it would have been real chaos because, we wouldn't have been able, I mean, people would have been at home and I don't know how, I mean, it would have been email communications, I think, primarily. So, where technology was at the time it happened, I think, for a lot of industries, having those capabilities to video conference and do some of that stuff and what now for us is now mainstream and just it's every day you just go and do it. I think at that time a lot of folks really hadn't taken to it or didn't think it's not really needed, but thank goodness that technology was there because I think there would have been a lot of businesses including logistics that would have suffered quite a bit had we not had some of those things in place.
Yeah, I think before COVID, you always saw the potential that IT can provide to the business, right? That was a very clear truth for us. But the thing is that when you try to turn this into reality, especially when you have a very conservative company, sometimes it doesn't work, right? So and that I think if you can consider something good with COVID, I think that was it. COVID just gave a huge bump on technology that we used to have before COVID, right? So I think the results that I had after COVID, of course, during the COVID, we have to adjust ourselves, not only in the way that we're working, but also the way we provide support, the way we attend meetings, the way we have to provide trustship, about what we're doing. I remember we had a lot of troubles with our infrastructure before COVID, right? VPN was not working. So I remember 6 months before COVID hit, we had this huge action plan. We have to solve that thing before. So I think it was the right time to consider that because we didn't see anything coming, but we knew that it had a problem. So and after I believe 1 month or 2 months before COVID, we kind of solved the problem, but then came the next phase. So how can it communication is the best thing, right? So we have to improve that. So how can we do that? So then the things started to expedite, the things coming, the projects being created in Europe coming to us. So we have to expedite this, we have to expedite that, we have to implement the teams, we have to, 365. Of course, we have since 2017 when the company got Hamburg Süd, we're always listening, hearing that, we have to come, someday you're going to migrate. So from 2017 to 2020, 3 years, we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But everything that we didn't do in 3 years, we did in 6 months or less, right?
Yeah. It was a bit of a shotgun wedding,
exactly.
I think.
So,
it was. It needed to be. I mean, we were, it was, COVID, that was the one thing COVID forced the hand up. I mean, we had to, you had to be able to keep business going. You had to be able to communicate, with your people, with the staff, with your teams. How are you going to do that? Everybody was looking to IT to provide the solution. How are we going to do this? And we had to be able to roll with the punches. We had to think out of the box as much as we could to say, okay, we can do it this way. We can do it this way. Here's, we've got your group here. We've set up this teams for your group and secured it down. And this is how you do this. And, there was a lot of training that had to go on for a lot of people in a very short period of time. And, I think but the benefit for us was everybody knew they had to do it.
Yeah.
Because they were struggling otherwise. So, we're talking about going back to that buy-in before. There was buy-in. There was no argument.
There was a clear necessity to adapt or
exactly.